Good morning. It's turned out nice again. It hasn't, guys, at all. It's absolutely freezing. And after last night's game, I don't think today is going to be a good day or a good morning for many of us. Anyway, it's Tuesday, the 5th of January, 2021. There we go, 2021, new year, same shite. I just wanted to throw a quick video about last night's game. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope that this year is kind to you and your family. I hope you have a good one, keep your chins up, and we battle on. Or as Steven Gerrard would say, we go again. So obviously Liverpool lost 1-0 to Southampton last night, and ironically, Danny Ings had the winner. Liverpool remain top of the table, 33 points, joint with the Scum, who have a game in hand. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Really, I want to get your feedback on the game. Are you concerned? Is it no big deal? What your player ratings between 1 to 10? I love player ratings from the fans, not the media. I don't give a fuck what they think. From you guys. And also, it's because the reason I like that so much is because collectively I like to see if we're all on the same page. Because sometimes I'll think, oh, he did really well. I'd give him a 7 for that, or 8, you know. And then I see 4, 5, 6, and I'm like, oh, am I deluding myself? I like to be transparent with you. I like to be honest, wear me out on my sleeve, etc., etc., etc. I didn't watch the game. I tried to watch the game. Don't like the football with no fans, no supporters in the stadium. Don't like it with no atmosphere. It was also an incredibly dull, miserable game. And I know that was a feeling shared by many of you because I left the chat room open last night on here on KopTalk.tv, and every now and then I kept checking it, and it was like, oh my god, I'm turning it off, can't be doing with it. So I wasn't on my own. Maybe that makes me a shit fan. I don't care, but I just don't. It's football in general. It's nothing to do with my club, Liverpool. I just really can't bear the football with no supporters. And I know I keep saying it in all my videos and all my podcasts and everything, but it's the truth. And I was hoping that we'd get fans back in the stadium soon. I'm very respectful of the COVID situation. I'm not one of these people that's that thinks it's a scandemic or anything like that. Safety has to come first, lives have to come first. I was hoping that we'd start to see more fans return, and obviously with the way things that are going in England, especially at the moment, that's looking further and further away from reality now, and it's very sad. Not just because we can't enjoy the football as much, but it's just really sad, isn't it? And I don't know about you guys, but I struggle with it. I try to battle on, DKB, not, try and have a fucking laugh and that, but I don't think there's much to laugh about at the moment. I ain't seen my kids, my grandson, my family for more than a year now, and I'm starting to think that it wouldn't surprise me if I didn't see them for another 6 to 9 months or something. But listen, we crack on. Some of you, some of my members as well have had the COVID and have told me how terrible it is. I know some people are like, oh, I've had it, no big deal, it's just the flu. But you want to try speaking to some people that have been hit hard by it, and maybe not just themselves, where they've lost people. So we do have to keep some perspective. It is, but we turn to football, don't we, to escape all the misery. Usually, if you think about it, in the ups and downs I've had in my life, whenever I've had a terrible time, I always think, oh, fuck it, if I put football on. And you escape it for 2 hours. You might have financial worries, you might have health worries, you might have relationship worries, you might be going through bereavement, whatever. But for me, in my life, I'm 46 now. Don't be fucking smart. I'm 46 years, not stone. And it's always been for me a release, an escape. Like for a couple of hours, oh fuck it, I'm going to watch football. And it takes your mind away. And but this time it's different, isn't it? Because when you look at football now, you're getting the reminder of everything's not fucking sweet and rosy. So, and especially with a performance like that last night. Things are definitely not sweet and rosy. Now, I don't know if you're worried or anything, or whether you just think it's a blip. Let me know in the comment section. I read every comment that is posted on my channel. Unless you've been a knobhead in the past and you're hidden and you're talking to yourself, because I can't even see them and nobody ever can anybody else. So, we can say we should have had a penalty. We can say we should have had this decision, that decision, but we should be going out there and tonking Southampton. we didn't have a shot for like. I mean, what was the? Let's have a look at what the facts are here. Southampton are the first team to beat all 7 winners of the Premier League in the season after a title win. Liverpool have failed to score in back-to-back Premier League games for the first time since May 2018. The Reds' first shot on target on Monday came in the 75th minute. Their latest in a Premier League match since December 2015. And after having 8 shots on target in their 7-0 victory over Palace, Liverpool have managed just 7 attempts on target in their last 3 league games. Now, Danny Ings' opener for Southampton was his 50th Premier League goal and the earliest he has ever scored in the competition. And there's a couple more stats about Southampton, but I'm really not interested in them fuckers. Obviously, we travelled to Aston Villa in the 3rd round of the FA Cup on Friday before returning to league action on the 17th of January when we host the enemy. I was going to say I'm not looking forward to that, but actually, I'll be all right later on. I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, come on. It's just the way I'm feeling right now. Something's got to give. I do think, I don't know if I mentioned this in the video because obviously I'm waffling on about the COVID and all that shit. But like I said, I know I said that I didn't watch the game. I tried to watch it. But then I did put the coverage back on when the game finished, bizarrely. Now, you're probably going to think, what? So you sat there while the game's on and didn't watch it, but then at full time you went, oh, no, what happened was, right, smart ass, right, is when the game was finished and I was like, fuck this, I'm off to bed, right? So I crawled up to my bed, sorted the animals out, got a drink, got into bed, knocked one out, not really, and put the telly on, and I was like, oh, do you know what, I'll see what they've got to say about it. So I watched all the interviews, watched the analysis, etc, etc, and I would agree with the general vibe in that if Liverpool don't sign a centre-back in January, then they won't get the league title again, consecutively. Now, quite a few people that I've seen, on the internet, saying, no, we're not going to do anything in January. I don't believe that. We discussed this yesterday on the KopTalk members website. And, I did a podcast episode yesterday as well about Sven Botman. Now, my opinion is that Liverpool are trying to do something during the January transfer window. They are trying, but the problem is, and we say this every year, the January window is very, very difficult to negotiate. When I say negotiate, maybe I mean navigate through the window, but negotiate as well, because clubs don't want to sell. They've got to get replacements, and there's usually a premium on players. Now, the one thing that I would say to you is if Liverpool have a centre-back identified for what was down for the normal recruitment in the summer, regardless of this season, which I think they've been working on for a long time, you don't want to be spending on a player like that and then bringing someone else in January. So what you would try and do is you would try and bring that deal forward, wouldn't you? But then if you've got a club then saying, well, no, we're not doing it, you have to pay another 10, 15, 20 million, or, which could be key here, if that player you're signing in the summer or attempting to sign in the summer has a minimum release clause, why are you going to pay an excessive amount in January? So you can see why, the club would say, look, we need to try and wing this, but it's not, I don't think it's working. And, the back four at one point last night when I was watching it later on in the game was hilarious. Anyway, so I think Liverpool are trying to do something in January. Will they do something? I have no idea. I don't know. But I'm certainly erring more towards that we will do something in January as things stand at the moment. So I don't know if that gives you a glimmer of hope or not, but the people that I trust are saying that we're trying to do business. So, and I believe them. But we'll have to wait and see. So, I know I'm waffling on. I do apologise. It's very early in the morning. Literally just having my first drink of the day. I haven't been up long, and I wanted to get this video out early, so you could drop me some feedback on it. All right. So I'm half asleep, to be honest, and I'm a bit fed up about it all. Anyway, listen. Try and have a good year. Keep your chins up, and my inbox dunk at KopTalk.com is always open for you. In confidence if you're ever feeling a bit fed up or down. All right guys, I'm going to get off. I will be live on here throughout the day on this channel, streaming. Sometimes I do lock it to members only, channel members only, because I'm concentrating and I can't watch the chat room, so I can't moderate it And sometimes you might come in, it might be muted, and you see me there going, that's because I'm recording the podcast, all right? So, but there's usually someone kicking around. We're usually live throughout the day, during the week. If you'd like to support my channel, please give me a thumbs up, and you can also join the channel, which is a big help. It works out like get me a coffee once a month or something like that. And then you don't have to worry about if the channel's restricted, because you can use the chat room all the time, see the extra videos and things like that. If you're on an iPad or an iPhone, you might have to use a web browser. Yeah, and if you want to be on the members website as well, make sure you get the middle tier or above, and you can join me on there, because that's where I am all day usually, seeing what everyone's discussing. And we've got a good crowd on there after 22 years, or are we now 23rd year now? I can't remember. I'm too old. So yeah, I'm concerned, I'm bothered, and I'm looking forward to Liverpool doing something in the January transfer window. But you can see the tricky situation, which I've tried to explain to you. If a defender that you're bringing in, or you plan to bring in the summer regardless, as a minimum release clause, then you don't want to be paying a lot of money for a premium in January. You don't want to be spending a lot of money in January if you've already got one coming in the summer. Do you go for a short-term fix in January to get you a few more months? That's probably something that they're probably more so looking at if they manage to stick with the other option that they've been planning for a while, which is said to be, well, a month or two ago, it was said to be extremely close, wasn't it, that deal? And then you've got Sven Botman and stuff like that, and players with a little bit less experience that could be available now. I mean, we can't rely on Matty, we know that. So for me, I'd just say go out there and get 2 centre-backs. That's what I would do. Honestly, I would, guys. I'd plan ahead for the summer and go and, push ahead for the primary target, if you like, that they've been planning for many, many windows, regardless of injuries. I'd press ahead with that. Probably very unlikely that can happen in January. And I would probably go for maybe a younger player, not an experienced player on a short-term contract. That is an option, of course. But I'd maybe just think, you know what, fuck it, we can't do any worse than getting a player that is a career-defined centre-back. That's their main position. And throwing him in at the deep end, opposed to putting, fucking someone in defence that doesn't normally play there. So let me know your thoughts on the game, and let me know your thoughts in general with regards to transfers, the possibility of transfers, what you think might happen, what should happen, etc., etc. Sorry if the video is a little bit, but we've lost a game that wasn't a very good game. It's a little bit depressing because Manchester United are breathing down our necks. It's very depressing because we've just had all this COVID shit for the last fucking year nearly, and now last night is another reminder that it's going to continue for a long time. It's not a time to be jumping up and down for joy, but we've got to crack on, and we'll be all right. We'll get there, won't we, kids? All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to finish my cup of tea because it's going cold, and I really need to wake up a little bit. All right, and listen, thanks again for supporting me throughout the last year. It really did mean a lot to me. Cheers, guys.